Alpha TV. Look and
No. My father is here, Amoakohene here. And my very own uncle, who is the chairman for this occasion, Amoakohene. And Nanoma Abakaya home and there Anope. MMDC is present here, Chief Director, Coordinating Directors present here, Captains of Industries, sponsors present, Members of Parliament present here, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols to be observed. Firstly, let me indicate to you our apologies for the late start. Yesterday we had an incident at Sofolai where about 34 cars have been burnt down by fire incidents. So clearly, as custom demands, I needed to have a look at it and report same to the president. And as I've mentioned, that let me also use the opportunity to indicate to us all here, especially business owners, that the season is still dry season. We may not see the harmattan that we usually see in time past, but still the weather is such that any ignition whatsoever can lead to a very catastrophic effect. So as you go about your businesses, as you go operating your jobs, try and make sure your sockets, your ignition points and everything is welcoming. And also let us be each other's keeper. So that as we invest in the region, as we invest in our businesses, you will not wake up one day and see fire consuming everything just in a blaze of an eye. Having said that, let me welcome you all, those who have traveled from far and near, to the Garden City of West Africa. Ashanti region is known as the Garden City of West Africa. And for that matter, the capital of the Ashanti region, Kumasi. And also let me thank you for taking key interest in the Ashanti Expo 2026. And I must mention that there is an outcome of the Ashanti Fest 2026, as the Chief Director rightly said. In 2025, we put together a series of activities, 25 of them. Whilst we were doing that, I had a call from the Honorable Trade Minister, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajayi. So we had marked to hold this expo in August 2025. Unfortunately, we had another thing befalling the whole government and the whole country, for which reason the August atmosphere was not too conducive for us to go ahead with this project. So we decided firmly that this year, we're fusing it together with the Ashanti Fest 2026, so that we would be able to, as it were, have it all together and have all the attention for it. It's not baby Juma here. You may be a Mobu 2025, Ashanti Festival. And then now, Nana Asafo, Emma no baby. You may be Tiame at the Maya. And I am at the say, Onoane, Bibian, of Insumai, and then you have a papa, my Hina. The two for us, you or Mamma say, Yadu Mundi, Jumena, Yasa and for Embramason Ashanti Mine. And the the whole purpose of the Ashanti Festival is to open up the region in all the sectors: education, health, our culture, our agri space, industry, and all the other areas, hospitality industry, all the other areas you can think about. So we have to do this in order that we be able to retain the income that is generated within the local economy, and even to be able to attract others from elsewhere to come and spend within the local economy. Because as I keep saying, if anyone travels from anywhere in the world and visits Ashanti region, definitely when the person is hungry, when the person is thirsty, the person will buy from here. You cannot underestimate that economic value. And again, when they come, they will be able to see what we do, the made in Ghana and all the other things we produce from here in Ghana. Kakanga kasa nama kunimu ebi, nama yuma so bakunu, ama yemante ni mabala so eneli edi aye. In the last year, as an outcome of the Ashanti Festival 2025, we held a whole program for the fashion industry. And the year Rakipa. And over there, we exhibited all the clothing, all the when it comes to Ashanti fashion, culture, and what makes us Ghanaians. And in fact, since then, I can say that my appreciation, and most of the people who attended, the appreciation as far as the fashion industry is concerned has changed. And this year, I'm glad that they are also coming on board to making sure that the 2026 Ashanti Fest and the Expo sees and feels their presence. And a round of applause for them for that commitment and that wonderful. And then after and beyond that, Ashanti in that fashion industry, they existed in isolation. And the way upon the name of how we on the name of how we had the textiles or how we had the print or how we had the name of how. As an outcome of the Ashanti Fest 2025, they've been able to come together to register one network known as the Ashanti Fashion Industry Network, which is an umbrella body to help support our community, and all they do so far as the fashion industry is concerned. And beyond that, the Ghana prisons at the central prisons, Kumasi, they do train a lot of the inmates in these crafts, batik, tie and dye, kente weaving, and all the other activities. And I'm glad to announce that they are a strong pillar that helps the Kumasi Central Prison in training them, so that when the inmates are going home, they wouldn't only live there after serving their sentence, reform in mind, but they also have a skill, so that when they get to their communities, they'll be able to do something in that regard. A round of applause for the Ashanti Fashion Industry Network once again for that intervention. Beyond that, our key industry within the region has to do with the film industry. And then the pressure will be unfortunately because they are Kuma will never from India. Because when your data, now go now cassette, now the same one. And I say Kuma will follow more when you no one you can't see. And they are more I know call for them. A man never be beautiful extra. And a bill, what Kuma would dance was some of why my kai, the entity why your mamma, your money, and maybe a ma, Ashanti with the Ashanti with the Nagana, so last year, the party I want to say, we're going to put together all the people within the space, especially the movie industry, and see what we will be able to do with them. Again, there was a lot of divisions among them. Thankfully, when we met all the stakeholder groups, about 8 to 10 of them, we were able to form a board that would regulate and make sure that their activities thereof is regulated. So that if any investor wants to support the movie industry, they have a credible board to deal with. If government wants to support the movie industry, we know exactly who to deal with. And with your support, we're able to come up with the Kumawood Ashanti Film Association, known as CASA. A round of applause for them as well, as an outcome for the Ashanti Fest 2025. With this, His Excellency the President, together with the Tourism Minister, advanced the little things we started here in the region. And those of you who monitored the budget reading in 2025 for the 2026 budget year, you realize that a huge commitment of over 20 million was made available for the local film industry, just to support what our brothers and sisters are doing. And I'm sure that that is going to open up a lot of job opportunities for our brothers who are in the creative space. So, basically, these are the things we were entangled in. I'm mentioning these key areas, not forgetting our educational sector, not forgetting our cultural, our food industry, and all that. They were all key and cardinal within the program for the Ashanti Fest 2026. And we are even looking at to doing more in 2025. We will launch the Ashanti Fest in general and all the activities in March. However, we decided to single out one of the key activities or series of activities and launch it earlier in January, so that the preparations and the plans and everything can be far advanced, so we would be able to support our sector. Because clearly, private sector is able to grow it well and open up the investment potentials of the region. Then we will have people coming in, creating jobs, making sure that our local economy and that of the mother Ghana grows. So we decided that, okay, let us launch this in January, have ample time and plan well. The activity we singled out is the Ashanti Trade Expo. And I want to thank the consultants, the RCC, the sponsors, and everyone here for making today a reality and coming in your numbers to support this noble initiative. A round of applause for yourselves for coming together to help us in this regard. When you go to China, Guangzhou City, They have a fair known as Canton Fair. It runs almost year round, where people go there, exhibit all the productions they are making or they are doing from the Guangzhou City and export them to the rest of the world. And also beyond that, let them know the import and the export chain. So that if you are from Ghana or you are from anywhere of the world and you want to import whatever is produced over there, you will know exactly how you would be able to do the same. Other countries have similar instances or sectors where they are able to let them know that, okay, imagine you are Ghanaian, you want kente in the US, or you want something from Ghana to the Europe or anywhere in the world. Yes, we produce them here in Ghana, but little knowledge is shared on how we will be able to even export them as we produce them here to other parts of the world. Again, we have a lot of our compatriots who have spent years outside of the country. They have made a lot of money. They want credible institutions who would be able to manage whether you are keeping the money in trust or the investment in trust, however you want to help them grow their money whilst they help you grow your business. Unfortunately, you don't have access to credible institutions that they would be able to partner so that you grow, their monies are secured, and clearly they also make profit at the end of the day. Usually when you travel, or even here in Accra, you see people approaching you with flyers from Dubai, with hotels in Dubai who want to float shares. So you buy them and they are managed elsewhere in other countries, and you expect that at the end of the month you get your dividends of $2. I think that we should not export all that we have here in Ghana to other countries when we have a lot of hospitality sector players who could equally or even better manage whatever investment you have right here in Ghana. If you have an interest in Oak Plaza, for instance, at least even if you don't have your money, whenever you pass by, you see that this is Oak Plaza seated right there on the soil of Ashanti, and you feel at home that this is what your investment is doing. Exactly what we want from the sector players. Irrespective of how fast you are growing, we think that with the right partnership, with the right investment, we should be able to even grow more. As we go through the weeks for the Expo, these are things we want us to reflect on. So that people who will be visiting us will leave knowing very well that if I have money to invest in Ashanti region, if I have money to invest in Ghana, these are the type of businesses available. These are the things we can do in order that we'll be able to form that right partnership among others. Beyond that, we've also noticed that most of the big businesses are only centralized in Kumasi. Meanwhile, of our over 5 to 6 million population, we only have close to, say, Kumasi Metro is around 400,000 of the population. So it means that majority of the population here in Ashanti region are within other districts, and it should tell you the purchasing power they would have, and the fact that if you're able to situate or tap into that community, you should be able to even grow and grow well. So this time, we are not only focusing on Kumasi. That's why we brought on board all the MMDCs. We are bringing them on board so that you will know that there are bigger communities and districts and municipals who equally are specialized in various sectors of the industry, and you will be able to explore their environment, making sure that you expand your business and also invest in Ashanti region and also help government create jobs. So these are also key areas we want the business community to avert your minds to, so that you will be able to take interest in the other districts and help us. Having done all this, the government of Excellency John Dramani Mahama has a trade sector at heart. And more specifically, my very good sister, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajayi, is working very hard in making sure that we reap the full benefits of the sector. I remember she was here not really long ago. Myself, together with her, we went to His Royal Majesty we discussed myriad of issues, but two of them are critical for us. The Buankra Inland Port, because most definitely, if it is done and completed, it will serve our business community the purpose that Tema and other ports do serve. So I want to, on behalf of the Excellency the President, reassure the business community that Buankra Inland Port is top on our agenda, and we will do all that it takes in making sure that we are able to complete same for the needs of the good people of Ghana and for that matter, Ashanti region. I think we are proud of the President for his commitment in that regard. The second issue for the trade sector is with the industrial park that we marked to establish at Expo. We are having a lot of issues with the land, and thanks to the intervention of the Federal District for Safety, we are engaging the communities, engaging the stakeholders and the chiefs, so that those lands can be made available for the contractor to start with. Once at that, and I'm sure many of you who are privy to the story of the industrial park will realize that it's been there for quite a while, and it's been stored for quite a while. So we have written to all the MMDCs to locate lands that are well situated and could equally be used for industrial parks, no matter how little it is, to start something from their various districts. They have made available lands that are litigation free, that can be made available to even private developers to be able to start industrial parks for the various districts in partnership with government, or even if you want to go solely private, you can go do that. So this is also an opportunity that we are opening up to the business community. You are here and you are interested in that regard. Definitely during the week of the Expo, you make information available for every district and the lands that are available for industrial parks, for private, for government, whichever partnership that we want to see. So we would be able to open up the districts and open up the region for development in that regard. So ladies and gentlemen, these are things that are listed for us moving into the Ashanti Expo 2026 and for that matter the Ashanti Festival 2026. It's going to span between 7 to 9 days. Every day we'll have series of activities that will be done and series of lectures that will be done. I'm sure consultants will take us through all that. And booths will be open to all, irrespective of your background, irrespective of your business. Your duty there is to market, is to attract investors, and is to get people to invest in your business and also be able to grow your business here in the region. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, and in concluding, especially on the aspect of the industrial parks for the district, we have realized the very alarming and uncoordinated proliferation of car parks in the city and in the region. Solar has been taken over completely. I don't know those of you who have noticed that. As quite interesting, I received a group of industry players who wanted to use as quite interesting as a car park for sales of cars among others. We can't continue on that tangent. For which reason, I have called the mayor and the Oferco committee to engage those at the Sufuline interchange. But that project is not completed yet, and they can't coexist with the contractor, especially in that regard. Whilst at that, I'm trying to sanitize the system. There's been a proposal for us to consider setting up a car mall, where we get a parcel of land, to help with the road construction that is demarcate things, so that if it is car that you want to buy in Ashanti region, once you get there, you know you find all forms of cars and get enough and adequate space for our car dealers, so that they don't take over our city as we see it around. So there is also another, or you can put your hands together around the summit. There is also another investment opportunity that is coming up. So if you are here, you are an estate developer, you are a developer, you are an investor, whatsoever, and you are interested in this regard, you make lands available, you partner with our district assembly, or you partner with any agency that we may elect for you, then you see how best you'll be able to bring it into fruition and see how we can sanitize and clear up the city for the major developments that are coming in. So, any of the first I think I'm a board of the donor. Media for no fact the donor and some of the kind of donor or but the Akali now, the top of one is there. The better problem in me, near Mobilia, the man here. Nan conform to what you can share them. No one pay na entity more macro any day in the economic. Yẹn anu bebree wɔ aburokyire a ɔmo sika ɔmo nim deɛ ɔmo de yɛ because ɔmo de ba sɛ obi nfa nyɛ adwuma mu ɔmo de ba kɔdane anantepɛn na mmom yɛn nyɛ abusuafo a ɛwɔ ha ɛwɔ wɔ nnwuma yi na abayɛ tumi ataa wɔn akyi yɛn ho nso ɔmo nka ataasɛm ne biribiara yɛ kamakama na obi wɔ aburokyire no wɔ sika mu na ɔde ehyɛ mu a onim sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɔde sika hyɛ mu a naso bɛyɛ dɛ ebɛfiri mu aba obi nso wɔ baabi na ebi a oni Ghana ha nneɛma bi wɔ Asante mɛmo a na Ghana ha ɛyɛ ne fɛ ọbẹsọ onye bi wọ aburokyire ọbẹsọ onye bi wọ ne kurom a kwa bẹẹ na ọbẹfa so ọtọ a ọbẹtumi enye ne nyinaa ne atwe ne nyinaa de ayɛ dɛ akɔ akɔma ne in terms of export nipa dodoɔ na nim ɛho nimdeɛ ɛno na Ashanti Expo yɛde ba abɛbɛti so sɛ yɛhyia ɛwɔ Jubilee Park Prep Assembly Hall ha industry biara bɛnya adagye nɔma tiretire ɛbɛyɛ a ɛmfa wɔn sɛ deɛ wahyɛ wɔ dwumadie n'ase no sɛ wɔsɛ wɔfɔme partnership wɔsɛ obi ne sika bɛka ho wɔsɛ wɔde wɔsɛ wɔn nneɛma no kɔ amanɔne anaga na ha baabi afɛ a mpanimfoɔ a ɛbɛba no bɛtuma bɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu na atumi aboa no ayɛ yie mɛka no nyinaa na mɛka atade akɔdi so ɛde aka sɛ president n'ani wɔ ɛyɛ Boankra inland port na ho paa ɔne nuabaa Elizabeth Ofusu-Adjare ama trade minister ba ha ama mene ne mmienu akɔ otumfoɔ hɔ ɛba ɛyɛ industrial park na litigation bi wɔ nsaase no ho yɛne otumfoɔ aka otumfoɔ ɛne ahemfo ne mpanimfoɔ ne stakeholders ɛwɔ mu no ɛredi ho nkɔmmɔ a ɔmo hwɛ kwan a ɔbɛfa so asase no bɛyɛ available ne yɛtumi ayɛ industrial park no ho adwuma waasa yɛtwɛn kɛse adwuma die no bɛkɔ no yɛatwerɛ ma district no nyinaa sɛ obi a wɔ asase kamakama yantam da hɔ sɛnsɛn fa a wonim yɛde construct industrial park no die yɛyie biara no ma yɛhu sɛ yɛbɛyɛ a at the district level na nfa wɔn ne kakra bi yɛ biara no yɛbɛtumi bi ayɛ dɛ ahyɛ aseɛ na tumi aboa ma region mu ayɛ dɛ ɛbi edu yɛ dwumayɛni na wɔ ha o company interested in any of these areas a wɔma yɛ hu a yɛbɛma mpanimfoɔ ɛtɛ dan no na wɔtena ase ataase ma odie ne wɔn bɛboa ma biribiara yɛ wano sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wo invest in Ashanti region wo invest in Ghana ɛbɛyɛ adeɛ a wonim sɛ woyɛ aban ne tawakyi a usika ɛnhye na usika soso na bɛyi ɛnkɔkɔ nti abusua no nananom yɛbɛda ma sɛ ɛnam baeɛ mate na ɔnomati na asopɔ mu deɛ by the power vested in me by kind courtesy of the Excellency the President and most definitely with the support of Nananom and the people gathered here in Ashanti region at large. As the original minister, I therefore pronounce the Ashanti Trade Expo 2026 duly launched. Thank you and congratulations to us all.